Imagine discovering lizards that sneeze pure salt just to survive the harsh volcanic rocks. This bizarre adaptation keeps marine iguanas alive, yet they hide a much darker secret. During extreme ocean famines, these strange reptiles actually shrink their own skeletons to avoid starvation. Subscribe and comment your favorite animal before we reveal the ultimate mutation. Consequently, their bones decrease in size, but how do they rebuild them later? Biologists discovered they simply regrow their mass once the green algae mysteriously bloom again. However, marine iguanas are merely the tip of this terrifyingly isolated evolutionary iceberg. Deep within the Galápagos Islands, giant tortoises carry shells shaped by brutal survival tactics. Saddleback tortoises evolved incredibly long necks specifically to reach scarce vegetation during brutal droughts. This anatomical freak show saved them, yet it left their vital organs dangerously exposed. Predators could easily strike their unprotected necks, creating a deadly dilemma for these gentle giants. Fortunately, isolation meant zero natural predators existed here until human ships finally arrived. When pirates discovered these defenseless creatures, a terrifying chapter of ecological devastation immediately began. Sailors stacked thousands of live tortoises upside down in ship holds for months without food. Their incredible metabolism kept them alive, making them the ultimate tragic ocean survival ration. Because of this cruel exploitation, several ancient tortoise lineages vanished from the earth forever. Nevertheless, the islands still conceal bizarre birds that completely defy all standard biological rules. Take the flightless cormorant, a bird that deliberately sacrificed its ability to fly. Why would any bird willingly give up the ultimate evolutionary advantage of aerial freedom? The surrounding waters offered so much food that flying simply wasted their precious energy reserves. Consequently, their wings withered into useless nubs, transforming them into absolute underwater hunting torpedoes. While the cormorant abandoned the sky, another peculiar bird mastered a truly bizarre mating ritual. The vivid blue booby relies entirely on the color of its feet to attract local mates. Interestingly, that brilliant blue hue comes directly from the fresh fish they consume daily. A sick bird instantly loses its blue foot color, signaling severe genetic weakness to females. This ruthless visual test ensures only the strongest hunters pass their DNA to future generations. However, another feathered resident developed a literal taste for blood when the rain stops. Meet the vampire finch, a tiny terror that pecks at larger seabirds without mercy. They drink the blood of Nazca boobies to survive the harshest, most unforgiving dry seasons. Curiously, the victims rarely fight back, acting as if the painful pecking is merely grooming. This gruesome adaptation perfectly illustrates how extreme isolation forces nature into terrifyingly creative solutions. Speaking of creative solutions, consider the penguins that shouldn't even exist near the hot equator. The Galapagos penguin survives the blistering tropical sun through a brilliant oceanic air conditioning system. Freezing currents from Antarctica travel thousands of miles just to cool these volcanic shores. When the cold current weakens, these tiny penguins face catastrophic starvation and immediate reproductive collapse. Their entire existence hangs by a microscopic thread tied to unpredictable global temperature shifts. Furthermore, the volcanic landscape itself creates bizarre microclimates that divide species on the same island. A simple lava flow can isolate a bug population, forcing them to mutate completely separately. Charles Darwin noticed these tiny changes, leading directly to his controversial theory of natural selection. Surprisingly, Darwin completely failed to label his famous finch specimens correctly during his chaotic expedition. He thought they were blackbirds, completely missing their significance until experts examined them back home. This legendary mistake almost cost humanity its greatest insight into the mechanisms of life itself. Today, scientists track rapid evolutionary changes happening in these finches right before their very eyes. During a severe drought, birds with larger beaks survived, while smaller cousins tragically perished. Within a single generation, the entire island population had measurably completely different beak sizes. This proves that evolution isn't just ancient history, it operates aggressively in real time today. Yet, the most baffling mystery of the Galapagos involves plants that somehow cross the ocean. Giant daisy trees dominate the highlands, having evolved from tiny weeds that floated from continents. Freed from competing mainland trees, these humble weeds mutated into towering, wood-bearing forest giants. Every single native species here shares a profound origin story of accidental oceanic castaway survival. They drifted on logs, blew in on violent hurricanes, or hitched rides inside bird stomachs. Once they arrived, the unforgiving volcanic rock demanded extreme physical changes or guaranteed swift death. Consequently, the Galapagos Islands remain the greatest living laboratory of extreme survival on planet Earth. But a hidden threat currently approaches these pristine shores, jeopardizing millions of years of evolution. Illegal fishing fleets wait just outside protected waters, threatening to collapse this fragile biological miracle.